Hello, Santa Barbara. Welcome home, Katy Perry. Well, I'm in my backyard, and it's the place where I feel most at home in the world. You can see we're still digging out here, clearing boulders and clearing what used to be mud. And I have to say, I don't think it's a night that any of us will ever forget. Waking up in the middle of the night, for me it was 3:47, the dogs are barking, not knowing the devastation that was ahead. Fortunately, my home was safe, but just across the fence line, I have neighbors who were not as fortunate. We're still finding debris that used to be belongings. I love this little stuffed animal. I look at it and I think about the heartbreak our community has suffered. I want to take you across the fence line where the Bucket Brigade is at work today. They are a symbol of what it means to have compassion for your neighbors. Hey, Curtis.
How are you?
Howdy, neighbor.
Indeed,
Hi.
good to see you.
Good to see you.
Big
Good to
hug.
see you. Big hug. Big hug. Wow. What was where?
Well, I was over there. Our bed was over there against the wall. And so I just took one giant leap to that door and then, just started to go straight out that direction. And as I went that direction, it just blew in here.
The mud came.
Yeah, it was like an explosion. It just exploded the side of the house. And a split second later, my car, which was parked out here, started going past my window in slow motion. And I immediately knew what it was. I went around and I got out the dining room, and it was all just coming in and roaring past over there. So I just kept moving.
You were literally outrunning the mud.
Well, I was one step ahead of it. A friend of mine took me out to dinner a few days after it happened, and he looked at me and he said, "I want to know exactly what you were thinking when this was going on." And I looked at him and I said, "I wanted to know exactly what it was I'm supposed to learn from this."
Yeah.
The answer that came to me was just very simple. I had everything for which to be grateful. And there wasn't a moment that I should be spending feeling sorry for myself. The first step towards being healed, whatever you've been through, is gratitude. I mean, the real story are these folks down here.
I know. Curtis is talking about the Bucket Brigade, a group of volunteers who came together in the days following the devastating mudslides that left 21 dead. 2 are still missing. Armed with shovels and tools, many without any experience, these neighbors jumped in and literally started by digging each other out. May I say this? If you all were a singing group, you'd be top of the Billboard chart right now. Everybody's talking about the Bucket Brigade and how you really symbolize and epitomize what coming together and community was all about. So how did it come about?
Well, we were sitting at the dinner table, my wife and I, and we heard from some friends that their insurance company had refused to make a decision on their house until they dug the mud out, and we felt like that was totally unfair. And they really felt like they were on their own, and my wife and I, we thought about it, and we said, look, let's just go dig them out. And so we called our friends, and within a couple days we had 60 people there. The neighbors saw us doing that, and then of course they all wondered, will you come to our house?
Yeah.
We didn't really want to say no, so we said yes, and pretty soon we were 80 homes in, and we've been going nonstop.
Yeah, I think the message then is you just start where you are.
And lead with your heart.
And lead with your heart.
Yeah.
You almost get this feeling like survivor's guilt when everything else is going on around. You're seeing people evacuate from their homes. You're hearing about things on the news. To actually just be able to do something when you see so many other people going through things. So, yeah.
You grab a shovel, you get dressed in all this funky gear, and you get to work because that's what it's about, being in this community.
This is work that none of us normally do here, dig ditches. So I learned a lot about myself, to trust that I could outdig anybody.
There's the old saying, it takes a village to raise a child. that's never become more clear to me, is that this is a true village where people are actually coming together to help one another out.
I just showed up for the day. I've been here since January 28th, and I don't want to leave, and no one wants to leave. Everyone wants to help, and then when they get there, they realize you're actually offering these people hope.
As really an offering of love and hopefulness to the community.
Absolutely. Show up with a shovel. Show up to dig through people like Curtis's homes and try and find the treasures.
These are today's finds.
Today's finds. What's this?
This is a polo trophy, which was won by my father, who was a professional polo player. Somebody came up this morning and handed me these letters, and she said that she'd found them down by the freeway, by the ocean.
I can't imagine what I would feel if I came back to my home and I saw the mud had just ripped through. What do you feel when you see this?
This is the first chapter in the next chapter in my life.
Okay.
Whatever happened before is the chapter, and I've turned the page on that.
I think the amazing grace that we have seen from other people reaching out. I think people in this community makes me. People in this community actually rose to the best of themselves. Yeah.
And you started talking about a love song. This is our love song to our community and to the idea of community.
We're just all a bunch of volunteers.
But we've got a shovel and we want to help people. And when the mountain literally comes down on you, you want to know who's got your back, and it's the Bucket Brigade.
I just don't think there's a better story in the world of people coming together to help other people. That's why I love that Bucket Brigade and wanted all of you to know about them. There are many organizations in the Santa Barbara area who are doing equally good work. And we are grateful to you, Katy Perry, for coming back home to bring the compassion, to bring the hope, and bring the love. We love hearing you roar. Have a good time tonight, everybody.